Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here today is a spectacle from EDP445, a former pretty big YouTuber who is exposed to be a PDF file. That's not actually what he was, but you know what word I'm trying to say. Sting operation by two other YouTubers who pretended to be a 14-year-old girl and lured him to meeting up in person. And there were lots of memes that went around about this at the time. This was like 2 years ago, I think, and like the fact that he tried to fist bump the people, that he was just out there in an alleyway in California trying to grab a cupcake. So stuff like that. It was a pretty, funny and popular meme, but it was like an actual serious event. But here we are, 2 years later. He has been hopping around from platform to platform, any social media platform that'll accept him, like platforms that have like 10 concurrent users that no one's ever heard of. Like he'll make his own just to be able to post something on the internet, and freaking Google themselves will take it down. Like he cannot stay anywhere, he can't get a place anywhere. He's just kind of been on the run, not really having a great source of income. He was on TikTok for a little bit, and I think he made some recovery money there. But yeah, other than that, he's been all over the place. And now here is an official apology video from him. It's been 2 years since the incident, and here is his official apology.
Alrighty, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to my loving, supporting, caring friends and family.
People support
Without
you, bro?
guys, to be honest with you, I probably would have been fucking committed suicide. I've had a few close calls, you know what I mean? And
Is he trying to make us feel bad for him after what he's done and then lied about and try to just like play it off? What?
I also want to say thank you so much to the fans. You know what I mean? On YouTube, you know what I mean? Even,
You know what I mean?
Transitioning onto my own fucking website.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He has his own like website he made so he can actually post stuff, because they just get instantly taken down, everywhere he goes, obviously, because he's a bad person, so they're not going to want that on their platform.
Continuing to make content, you know what I mean? Try to put out the word.
You know what I mean?
Videos and shit like that, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Dang, he's going off with
Thank you
that.
so much. But with that being said, I want to take full responsibility for my actions that happened on April 21st, 2021.
No.
The entire YouTube shit that went down.
He's actually
YouTube incident.
He's actually gonna apologize? I thought people said this was bad. The fact that he's actually apologizing would be huge, because he's not done that in the 2 years. So, yeah, he said April 21st, 2021, so that would be over 2 years ago. He's never apologized for it. He's always said that he was never in the wrong. It was all a setup, all this stuff. He was basically saying that it was a movie auditioning role, and he went up there to audition for a movie and did a skit with them, and they took it out of context or whatever. And that he pulled that like a year and a half after it happened, trying to like save himself. Like he has had no excuse. He's not formally apologized, I guess, other than this. So hearing him say that's actually shocking.
I'm taking full responsibility, full accountability.
Wow.
For my actions. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Taken the proper measures and the proper steps forward to seek out help. To try to, get my head on right, and to make sure that, in the distant future, that I do not hurt, you know what I mean, my loving, caring, supporting friends and family, because they are the ones that hurt the most. They are the ones that suffer.
I don't know about that. Well, I guess technically they were, because the 14-year-old girl wasn't real. It was just the two YouTubers. So I guess they probably would have been the most hurt from this, but I'd say his bank account was also probably hurt. And so was him after his bank account was hurt.
You know what I mean?
He really likes that phrase.
You know what I mean? Them getting harassed, them getting bullied, them getting fucked with by people. You know what I mean? And it's all my fault. You know what I mean? I don't want to come on here, cry, boo-hoo, beg for people's forgiveness.
That is insanely valid. Wow, because that's literally what every YouTuber apology is, and they always just get away with it. But I mean, they lose respect with anybody for two brain cells, so that is a good point that he mentions. I'm not entirely convinced yet, but if he's actually serious, that does, at least shine a little bit of light onto his character, because most YouTubers, whenever they get into something like this, just turn into like a soulless NPC, turn on the waterworks, pull out a ukulele, and just start never owning up to anything and trying to change the subject until everybody eventually forgets. Like James Charles, who did basically the exact same thing as EDP, but with a younger guy, and multiple younger guys, so actually worse. And James Charles is off scot-free. James Charles is living the good life right now. No one even remembers that he groomed multiple little boys, you know? So, and that's obviously not like saying that EDP situation was, good or anything like that, because it definitely wasn't. It was absolutely terrible. But that is one thing to keep in mind, is that he could have definitely taken that route. Now, I do understand that this is also 2 years later, and James Charles got onto it pretty quick, but that is just something to think about, a little food for thought.
You know what I mean? The only thing that I'm trying to go for in the distant future is redemption. You know what I
Okay.
mean? The only thing that I'm trying to go for is to restore honor and to restore um, a positive outlook on my name. You know what I mean? This entire shit that has been going down, from me getting fucked with, me getting kicked out of fucking apartments, um, people coming to my home when I was back in Bakersfield, tried to fucking murder my ass. You know what I mean? It's been pretty fucked up. It's been a long ass fucking road. You know what I mean? Again, to my friends and family, I am so sorry that you guys had to endure this shit. You know what I mean?
I can't take him seriously when he
I
says
know
that.
actions speak louder than words. You know what I mean? And
He keeps
trust
saying
me,
it.
I'm a fucking clear believer of that. I'm a true believer of that. You know what I mean? You can sit back and talk about it all goddamn day, but until you actually, show that you're making improvements, you know what I mean? It's like, what's the fucking point? You do what I can, to seek out help, to get the right treatment, to understand what I did was wrong, and to stop running from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's all he's been doing, is running from it, avoiding that it happened, dodging it, putting the blame on other people, just trying to escape it the best he can. I mean, this could be coming from a place of like last resort, considering it's 2 years later, and he posted this on his own thing or whatever. He kind of just wants to get back to a social media platform that's popular, that he can use frequently, and that could be the case. But at least he's trying, and it doesn't look like he's reading off of anything either. It looks like he's actually just talking about this, which is another plus to this. So unless he just randomly turns this around and completely destroys his apology, I think this is a pretty decent YouTuber apology. I've seen a lot worse.
You guys have to understand. I know people are like, why did it take you so long to make this apology video? What took you so long? It's what, 2.5, 3 fucking years. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it
You guys
is.
have to understand. For the longest of time, I've been talking to different lawyers, right? Trying to get an understanding of what to say and what not to say in this video. You know what I mean? This has been a long time coming. I've been trying to fucking prepare for this shit. You know what I mean? So it's not like, there's rumors out there saying that, I don't have any remorse for what I did. I am completely fucking remorseful. I have done everything that I can to try to apologize to my friends, to my family, to the ones that this hurt the most. You know what I mean? So for you guys to sit back and say that I'm not remorseful, that couldn't be any more further from the truth. You know what I mean? That's something I will say. Like, you guys don't know what you're talking about in that regards. You know what I mean? So, again,
So, I mean, I know this is a little delayed after he said it, but I started thinking about it, is the lawyer thing. So, he didn't immediately get any, like, police things. So, long story short, it never really turned out to be anything legal wise. Like, he never got in trouble for this. He never got any, like, lawsuit, anything like that. It never actually turned out into anything. So, the fact that he's saying that is really strange, because 2 years after that would happen, and there were no charges filed, it is odd that he's having to do that, because it's obvious he did what he did and there's evidence there, and he's going to lose that case pretty much no matter what, because of the sufficient evidence that was there and the fact that he showed up. I mean, you can't really beat that case. So the fact that he said he can't is a little odd. I'm not entirely sure if I believe that. I feel like that's masking something else. But to say that he's not remorseful, I'm not going to argue whether he is or whether he's not. It seems like he's being fairly genuine, but that just could be his want for money and back into stardom.
and to making sure that this does not happen again.
Oh, that was it? Okay. Well, I guess he didn't admit it in words of what he did, but that could also be tying into the lawyer thing, because I guess that is a risky thing to do. But honestly, this is shocking coming from him. I didn't really expect this. I thought that this was just going to be shove the blame on someone else the entire time. Now, I'm not entirely, on his side, of course, but it is, in the slightest bit respectable. One of the, I mean, by far the most respectable thing he's done in the past 2.5 years. And it is confusing me a little that he's done this at this point, with his reputation down the drain. There was really no point to make an apology. So that does kind of say something. And there are no excuses, but at least he does seem fairly remorseful in this case, whether that be, his actual guilt or either just that or him getting mad at himself for what he's done because that ruined all of his chance at money and all that. I mean, he was famous and was making good money before this, and that kind of ruined that. So it could be either one of those, could be a combination of both. Either way, the apology's here. It's actually pretty decent for a YouTuber apology. I mean, obviously, it could have been better, but I feel like for the circumstances we were given, this is probably one of the best we could have gotten because coming from EDP 2.5 years later, after he's been dodging and all doing all this and what he did, that's probably the best you're going to get. You're not going to get some miracle cure. This is what you're going to get presented with, and this is what we have. So, with that being said, that is all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my commentary, which I hope you did, if you made it this far into the video, I recommend subscribing because a lot of people, as this metric shows on screen, aren't actually subscribed that watch my channel. So if you could do that, that would be a huge help. I really appreciate it. And leave a like on the video. That also helps a lot. There are some more videos on screen that you might enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.